I am live. Hello, everyone. I don't know who's out there yet. I know I'm here. This is my first time doing this all by myself. I've got no Aaron. So I am here, Bobbi Rowntree, born medium, to answer your questions, whatever questions they may be. Questions about people on the other side, questions about mediumship, questions about your spirit guides, questions, whatever you would like to know. So, a little bit about me, if you don't know who I am and what we're doing today, usually with Universal Connections. Erin and I do this together and we answer your questions or we do readings or what have you on our live broadcast at 3:30 every Sunday. Now, today, Erin's not here. It's just me. Just me. All you have is me. So, if you have questions that me, Bobbi Rowntree, born medium, can answer, I will actually try to answer them for you. What is a born medium? What the heck do I mean when I call myself a born medium? Hello, Penny. What? Okay, Penny. Okay, let me see this. I'm new. I'm so new. Okay, so I'm going to say Penny's question. I hope that's okay, Penny. I hope this works. A message for you. Actually, Penny, you might be worrying about things, Penny, that you might not need to worry about quite as much as you are worrying about. I actually hear, and I know this is going to sound super cliche, but I have to say it because I have to say what pops in my head. And what pops in my head actually is don't sweat the small stuff. It might be that you are letting too many things get to you right now at this moment, Penny. And honestly, too, I do believe this might be coming from someone on the other side that is observing this sort of sweating of the small stuff. And it might be within the family and it might be over their passing. I don't know for certain, but it could be a very untimely passing that people are having a really hard time coming to terms with. But and again, cliche, the broader picture is where they would like you to focus rather than the events itself. It's the actual what's going on rather than what are the little details of what is going on. I hope that helps. Aha. Hi, Meriden. Okay, now, Tony. Yeah, immediately. Actually, when I think about your son, when I ask if Tony's son has something that he wants to say to her, my back hurts. I immediately, and it's actually just right where I see my energetic wings, where we ladies, most especially, seem to have a lot of tenseness that comes in between the shoulder blades, and your son is showing you might be really tense or really, really sore here. My brain is going to that because I do not have you here to say that, whether or not you're actually having back pain or discomfort in your back. It could be actually dehydration with the way that I'm feeling my back. But he says, yeah, he actually even shows himself like a backpack with his hands on your shoulders and pulling down a little bit. And I think that he's not showing himself as being the thing that pulls you down. I think what he is showing possibly, okay, as soon as I say that, he says it's everything. It's every little bit of everything. Um, I'm not sure where you're looking for him or where you're hearing him or seeing him or getting contact by him, but he shows you looking this way for him and he would like you to look up. He may have ascended a little bit. You may have some trouble. I don't, okay. If you take any message, actually, like right concisely, is that he is here to help you, that he is around you right now. And that's why you're thinking of him all the time. You might smell him, and you might either have a song running through your head that reminds you of him, or it keeps being played on the radio, or the same sort of idea within the songs. Um, he's calling you mommy. He says he loves you, mommy, which may not have been like him. He may have called you mom. He may have been too old to call you mommy. Okie dokie. Yeah, pay attention to me is what he says. He says he loves you and he wants you to pay attention to him. And he keeps showing me birds flying in the air. So it might be that he is actually doing some things that are just a little more angelic like or seem angelic like to get your attention. He might be ascending rather than doing things right here in the house. Okie dokie. Ah, okie dokie. We're moving up so fast. Sorry about that. Okay. I'm going to try to go person by person by person by person. I'm going to try to be as fair as I possibly can about this. Okie dokie. Now, Leslie. I know this is going to sound crazy, Leslie, but always put a hat on. I know that sounds cuckoo, but actually, one of the symbols for my dad is his hat. I lost my dad when I was 16. And when I first started doing readings, if it was a dad coming through, he would show me a hat all the time. And to me, that actually symbolized dad. So when your dad says, put your hat on, I think what he's trying to say is, okay, look for protection from me. Know that I'm with you. And I actually think you might be just like your dad. And he even says, you're just like me. And then he says, pay attention to you. So if your dad quite possibly had something going on with him that he wasn't paying attention to, it might actually be happening with you. And that might be what he's trying to say. But that sounds worrisome. So I'd rather go with something a little bit different. But okay. Okay. Pay attention to. He actually even shows me the way my father passed away and how I see that as something that is somewhat similar to something that happens within me. So it might have to do with your blood because both those things with my father and myself have to do with our blood, but it also might be a chronic illness or a heart thing or something you guys see as something genetic that might not be genetic. It might be psychic. It might be because with my particular thing, I believe that the psychic energy runs through the blood. I have some difficulties with the flow of my blood. My father passed of a brain aneurysm, and his mother before him had rheumatoid arthritis. So I believe that unanswered psychic energy can actually kind of turn on you in your blood. That does not mean that's what your dad's saying, but the gist of that is that your dad is trying to tell me that there might be something that's going on. I actually kind of think it's heart related that he may have passed because of. And actually, what he wants you to do is pay attention to who you are so this doesn't happen to you. Now, that does not mean health wise, that means mental health wise. Sometimes, all the time, our body responds in certain ways because that's the only way it can talk to you. That's the way that it can get past this mind that logics things away or doesn't notice stuff to actually pay attention to what's going on. So I just asked him if I was on the right track or if I was off track. And then he did this, and I'm kind of close, is what he says. And there's something about your mom, to your mom, from your daddy. Okie dokie. So, Marilyn. Marilyn's question. Okie dokie. Yeah, actually, okay, on the new clients one, they show it like a cartoon when a whole bunch of cartoon characters are coming towards somebody really, really fast, and there's all the feet look like circles, and there's the dust coming up, and blah 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 blah. So yes, be prepared. They actually even show it like when I used to work in restaurants, and the restaurant would be completely dead, and then all of a sudden, boom! It was like everybody was waiting in the parking lot to come in all at the same time. So gear up for that, young lady. This is the grounding time. Like you've been doing the maintenance, and this is why. And there's a woman on the other side who I believe could very possibly be your grandmother. And do you have a tattoo? I don't know if you have a tattoo. You might have something here that symbolizes them. And they kind of do make it look like a tattoo. I don't know if you were thinking about getting a tattoo. That seems so random. And you don't know where to put it, or yeah, I'm not entirely certain, but tattoo is actually a word I got. So it could be something that's permanent on you. Might even say birthmark, I would think. Um, Okie dokie. I actually think too, Marilyn, you might be leveling up a little bit. you actually, I don't know who you were hearing before, but you might be hearing something a little bit higher than them and not recognizing. That happened to me too. Totally and absolutely. Actually happens all the time. They don't tell you when you're leveling up. They just do it. Just suddenly, boom, you're seeing more. It's weird. So I think that actually might be happening with you. So grounding, 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 grounding. And they want you to pay attention to the world around you, blah, blah, blah. But actually the world around you, because the world right ahead of you is your real world, logic, 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 but the world around you is the actual things that are going on in the world. Okie dokie. I hope that helps. Okay, next. Oh, wow. I feel like I'm just blah, 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 blah. Hello, Janice. It's good to meet you too. Lorianne. Honestly, can I just say you should never be really concerned about your health. You should always actually just think of yourself as being in a healthy state. Right? I think you might be actually having a lack of flow going on. They are showing you drinking water and they're actually even showing you taking a pill. Then they show the middle of your body, right below your rib cage and above your lady parts in that area. And I don't know if you're having a stiffness or pain in the organ area, because there's a lot of organs in that area. I like pretty much a whole poop load of them. Poop load. Get it? Intestines. But yeah. Okie dokie. So solutions, they're actually, um, it's almost like you have to get something out of you. It's almost like you have to work something out. They show it like you run and then you do yoga and then you do this and then something comes out of your mouth. I know that's not very helpful. I'm aware of that, but it could actually be that you need to start moving your body, and then the thing that's actually blocking stuff and maybe causing some troubles might actually be able to come out. And actually, one of the examples they give me to try to cement that, it's so hard because I don't have people to say yes, no, maybe, um, is kidney stones. If you have kidney stones, then that's kind of an obstruction within your kidneys. And if you drink a poop load of cranberry juice, you can actually flush it out and break it down ever so much and dissipate to this to a certain extent your kidney stones. I know that because I've had them. So I think it's something like that, but it seems very specific and very green. Yeah, and for some reason, Lori, and I hope this is more helpful than confusing, they keep showing you putting up your arms. And I have no idea why. But they're showing you putting up your arms. Uh, Worrying unnecessarily will only make matters worse. Getting on top of it and starting to see how you feel by doing the things with your body will actually start to help you to understand what is actually going on with your body, which they say is not life threatening. And the person who calls you Yaya might have already said it to you. Just so you know, because I'm hearing somebody say Yaya and play with your stomach and say Yaya something. Is there a baby in there or something like that? So you might have, could be a hernia, could be something like that, but they're showing you have something that needs to get the heck out of you, and your circulation and your water intake might actually have something to do with it. I hope that helps, Lori. Okie dokie. Rosemary. Okay, Rosemary. Rosemary. Okay, so I'm going to just go with the first thing I see for people because we're doing this so fast and I don't have any confirmations for people. So I don't really know where I'm going with things. I don't know if you play with cards, but actually that's what they're showing. And it could be they're actually showing a 3-card spread. When I do a 3-card spread for myself, it's actually where I am, where I'm going, where I'll be in 3 months. It's actually me trying to make sure that I am taking the right path in each way that I'm going, even though I know kind of I am taking the right path. So if you have an idea in your head of something you would like to do, I actually believe what they're trying to tell you is go ahead and keep moving forward, or trust your intuition. Trust what you are telling yourself that you actually might know. And if you need confirmation from your spirit guides, tell them that. Tell your spirit guides, or even your dead, but really the dead still have minds and personalities and such. So they're going to steer you towards what they think is best for you, which might not be exactly what is best for you. Tell them to show it to you outside of yourself. Ask for confirmations. If I'm doing the right thing and the answer is yes, I want to see this 3 times. Do something like that so that they have to actually make something happen outside of you, which will help you to know they're listening to you and they're talking to you. And the world is really, really, really neat beyond our understanding. So that, yeah. And if you actually are a tarot reader, I think what they're trying to tell you is they want to work with you. You might kind of think you're working alone, or you might not really know who you're working with. And I think they might like to work with you. Either way, though, even if you're just like a normal human being, your spirit guides want to work with you because whatever it is you're doing on this planet is the thing you're supposed to do, and they need you to do it so that you all fill out your contracts. Okay, I hope that helped. All right. Kylie. Okie dokie. Yes. Okay. Your meditation. Yeah, they want you to step it up a notch. And actually, what they're showing me is, oh, for years. First, I used to do a guided meditation, took a half hour. That was a whole situation. Then I moved into crystal bowls, which is a little bit quicker and just more sound, and I could pay attention to it a little bit more. And then they broke my CD. So I actually had to start going into my meditation, making the sounds of the chakras myself. That actually became a 360 sort of situation for me, where I was the one who was facilitating what the chakra sound was going to be, how long I was in the chakra, because I knew how long I needed to be in the chakra. Guided meditation doesn't know how long I needed to be in the chakra. I think that's what they want from you too, Kylie. I actually think they want you to realize that actually you're in charge of your spirituality a little bit, and to bring it up and make it your own, and maybe even write your own meditations. There's something about the way you meditate that other people need to learn, or you're really good at what you're doing and you need to actually start moving into what feels more right for you, because it will actually start to bring up your levels within your psychic energy, because you will be answering your own call. I hope that makes sense, by answering your own call. So when we start moving into doing things our way, then we start being able to see the way we see, because we all see differently. I don't know if you've noticed, or, oh no, you've never been here before. So you've never seen Erin and I both work, because we both see things differently. It's just the way the information comes in, and they want you to find your way that the information comes in, because you've already, it's like you have laid all the soil and put everything out for this gorgeous garden, and then you put out the seeds, and now your meditation is the water. It's like you're meditating for the water. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okie dokie. Huh. This is fun. All right. I hope everyone else is having fun. Okay. Pamela. Your mom. That's actually what I get, Pamela. Your mom. Oh my God. I don't know whose birthday it is. Somebody's birthday. Somebody has a happy birthday from your mom, and your mom's in the doorway with her elbows out. But your father-in-law is not far behind. So my thinking is that your father-in-law, his son, I don't know if you still have the ear of his son, because you say ex-father-in-law, but his son needs to know he's okay. There's something about the morning, or maybe lack of morning, or something within his morning. He needs to know that his dad's okay and better than him and happy, and he can pee. I don't know if he had a prostate problem and he couldn't pee, but there's something about that. There's something about the flow of energy. Let's just say that, or flow. But it's me. And I don't know if you have a piece of jewelry from your mother. There was one that she wanted you to have. I think you have it. She makes it look very, very much like a brooch that I have of my grandmother's. And she says costume jewelry. The jewelry I have from my grandmother is costume jewelry. It doesn't seem, well, she was an impoverished lady, so it's not worth a whole heck of a lot of money, but it means everything to me, and it's absolutely priceless to me. Priceless. I actually will leave it to somebody and they're pretty much plastic. So it's something like that. It means something to you. It's priceless to you. Ah, golly sakes. I'm not sure if you have our wedding rings. Could be something like that. And but yeah, as soon as I do that too, she immediately takes me. I used to wear this heart that symbolized my dad. And then when I had my first child, like I wore it all the time. Anyone who knew me knew my heart, the heart I wore. And then when I had my first child, it was stolen, but it disappeared because it was stolen from a place it could never have been stolen from. It just disappeared. And I maintain and believe that my father took that heart away because I was no longer just the daughter. Now I was the mom, and I had to actually start moving into that role. So I think actually that has a little bit to do with what's going on too. I think you're the matriarch now. And I think it might be time. Yeah, she's showing you putting on shoes that might not seem like they fit, but they actually really do fit. And you can walk around in them a little while. Wow, your mom's really like, hones right in. She says it's Pamela, not me. So you are so connected that your mother is able to connect with me ever so easily. And you connect with her too. I don't know if you wonder or whether or not it's actually her, but you connect with your mom like I connect with my dad in a way that it goes well and beyond the relationship you had. And it's more of like a soul to soul sort of contact. So that's pretty groovy. Congratulations on that one. Your mom also says, I love you, baby. And your father-in-law says, thank you. He owes you a big one, a big old thank you, he says. And he does it like this. I don't know if he had loss of speech or if he's just trying to actually cement the thank you idea, because that's, from what I understand, thank you in sign language. Okay, I hope that helped. Okie dokie. Moving on to Jerry. She's got lots to say. Yes. And actually, I want to say, Jerry, I pick up everything with you. Everything. It's quite amazing. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, I actually think it's focus. Do you know which one you want to focus on? Do you know which thing you want to actually start developing as your core psychic thing that you're doing? And then let everything flower off on the sides a little bit. Also, too, when I see you doing that full, it's very indigenous. There's like red and there's black, and it looks like, I want to say Thunderbird, but it's actually in a tube, so I can't tell what it is. But when they put it up, when my husband carves a raven, this is what it looks like. I didn't even do it really well with the beak coming down. I don't know if you've seen those carvings like that or the pictures of the raven like that, but I do see that. But my brain goes to Thunderbird in my head. So bird, bird, bird. I'm not quite sure, but please look into both of those because they mean something to you. They mean more to you than they do to me. Because obviously the message is for you, not me. When it comes to animals, though, I think you're getting a little sixty sensey sort of thing where, interesting. If you are around animals that are feeling unwell in some sort of way, that feeling might be actually being communicated into you in some way. So, which is wonderful because animals, are nonverbal. So we don't know if it's their right hip, left hip. We just know that they're limping because really, even when you're limping, it's not your leg, it's something else, right? So, you know more than you think you do. And knowing that you know the more that you be open to what you don't know about you. Be open to, this is such a cheesy thing to say, but that's one they say. Be open to give yourself everything that you want to give, or all you have to give. Be open to accepting all the energy that flows through you. I have so much trouble with that too. Totally have so much trouble with that. Because sometimes actually when you get the energy flowing through you, it's like, ow, what the devil? And you don't realize, oh, that's energy. Because as soon as you feel something that seems foreign in your body, your mind goes to, that's pain. We got to get rid of that. That doesn't belong here. That's a signal of some sort. And you start to freak out. Sometimes the signal is actually something you're supposed to move towards and move into. And I kind of think that is it for you. So, yeah. Okay. I hope that helps, Jerry. Pat. Pat, every time I've done a live stream or done a recording or something, I actually have had a message for you. I actually hear your son's name in my head. I'll just and say that. I'm not going to say his name to respect your privacy, even though your whole name's right there. But I he's always around you. He's right here. He's screaming. And I kind of think you know it too. And it might be a lot when either your husband is in the shop and you're in the kitchen, when you two are busy with things, and he comes in, he bunk, 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 bunks off both of you. But he's getting better and bigger and better and bigger and better and bigger. And he wants you to still be able to recognize him as such. He also wants you to know he drives in your car with you sometimes. And I think I know which times. But also, have you retired? Are you feeling like, I don't know if you're feeling like your hands are getting more arthritic or you're not using them enough, or if there's something you need to do because you are retired now. You have a lot of love to give. And, okay, I don't want to you in a volunteering kind of box, but I'm seeing the red vest, and we're getting the suggestion from your son. So it could be the only volunteering sort of thing that he shows you doing. But even when I say that, I actually, from the spirit guide side, think it's a little more passion. Like, there might be something you want to do, somewhere you want to go, some things that if we were to take you off this planet tomorrow, you would say, oh, but I haven't, but I haven't. So do the but I haven'ts, please. And he would like you to get your husband on board a little bit because he needs more fun. He's a fuddy-duddy. And I love you. God, I love you. That's what he says. He says, you know I do. Okay, now, and I have to tell you, yeah, oh, I already told you. He's been, yes, he can. I've already told you he has an open invitation. He can come whenever he wants. Little brat. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, I hope it's all right, Linda, that I show this question because it's a very personal question. It's a beautiful question. It's a great, great question. Absolutely great question. Okie dokie. So, depending on how someone takes their or the reasons, it's the reasons because taking your own life is super duper subjective. Taking your own life can be a systematic behavior that you do throughout your entire life that actually leads to a quicker ending to your life. So, if you take up smoking and you know smoking could actually make you die sooner, and you continue to smoke and you die of emphysema, die of lung cancer, die of COPD, you might be going to the suicide realm. It's not really a place of punishment. It's more of a, what did you do kind of place. So if you actually have gone there because, and mental illness seems to be a good pass, that they will see, especially these young men who take their lives because of schizophrenia attacking them in their brains, and they do not feel that they should still be here or can still be here. When they get to the suicide realm, they get kissed on the forehead and sent on their merry way. Now, who kisses them on the forehead? What is the suicide realm all about? I've actually been there. Someone very, very, very close to me took me to the suicide realm once. When the dead show it to me, they show it like a school. It looks like what on TV I would consider a Catholic school with the mean nuns. Not that Catholic schools have mean nuns, but on TV they tend to. And those are angels, actually. And angels are beautiful creatures who know the difference between right and wrong, and sometimes scare the heck out of me. I was going to say scare the devil out of me. Isn't that hilarious? Scare the heck out of me because they are such awesome creatures who just show up in their beautiful awesomeness and go take up the whole space. But I tell you, they're like those parents, those aunts, those uncles, those grandparents that you really, really, really respect and you don't want to disappoint just because you just respect and love them because they're kind of pure of heart. That's what the angels are there for. So the angels help the people to figure out why they gave up this massive gift, because life is a massive gift. It's an opportunity to make yourself better. It's an opportunity to grow, and it's an opportunity for enlightenment. So when people actually look at their lives and say, I'm not doing this, I am out of here, I'm going home. Then when they get home, because the other side is home, they have to actually come to terms with what they've done. They have to explain even to themselves why they've done this. And for some of them, it's fine. For others, it's just like school. Some people go longer than others. Now, when I got taken there, that was really weird. And we were in a place that felt like a bar. And everybody showed the physical manifestation of how they had taken their lives. And it didn't feel sad. It didn't feel frightening. It felt like a bar. Like the energy was all over the place. Like it's, people are here to have a good time, but there's an underlying with everything because, that's what alcohol does. So that's a similar sort of feeling on the suicide realm. Now, everybody has different amounts of time that they spend there, because going into there, we're all different. So each individual is there for their length of time. They are there to learn their particular thing. And they don't have to stay there forever. And it's never a punishment. Nobody ever says, oh, they beat me in the suicide realm. They will sometimes show me handcuffs, golden handcuffs, because they've been super duper naughty. And when they come to see me through somebody, they'll actually even have angels on either side of them. So they're on kind of their best behavior, but not really their best behavior because they're not being punished. Okie dokie. Now, your brother particularly, might actually regret what he did or know the error of his ways, because the first thing he shows me is stupid, 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 stupid. It's a common thing because it's kind of something I would do to myself. He's sorry. He says he likes it there. Vague. Could it be more vague? I actually think you might have a photograph of him or like an altar or something that you have that symbolizes him, and you may have just recently moved it, or it may have had to move to get in the way for something else, and he says he likes it there. It's new energy. There's something new about what you've done. And he thanks you because you keep hope alive for him. And okay, you don't treat him like a dumbass who's burning in hell. That's what I said. And you might actually, Linda, feel like a ow every now and again. Your brother's showing himself poking you. So it could even be that every now and again you're like, oh, what's bugging me? What's driving me crazy? It might be your brother. Okie dokie. I hope that helps, Linda. Okie dokie. So, about what happened last week. Okie dokie. Oh, I like how vague that was, actually. I really do. Okay, so it's always darkest before the dawn. That's what they say. There's a pot of gold at the end of every rainbow as well. And the rainbows come, because God says it aren't going to flood the earth anymore. Rainbows are so huge too. Rainbows have so much symbolism, and especially in my little brain, they're like, what about the chakras? They're us, in my opinion. They're kind of like if the people out there were trying to let us know that they love us and they're going to make everything okay. And then they say, okay, no, this is a symbol of you. And from their perspective, it's not upside down. I hope that makes a little bit of sense, but okay. So it's always darkest before. And, well, this doesn't sound spiritual. I hear shore up your defenses. By shore up your defenses, I actually think they don't want you to have any expectations. I think they want you to take it as it comes from here on, from this moment on is actually what I hear. That seems like forever and ever and ever, because I see a resolution in whatever it is that happened last week. Like it's not going to be the same level of as it is this week or last week, and it'll dissipate as it goes on. I don't know how, if that makes sense or not. Okie dokie, but they say so, but make sure you know so that it doesn't happen again. And I don't know what that means. I really, 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 really hope you do, though. Okie dokie. Okay, I hope I'm helping, not creating more confusion. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to try to actually answer everybody. So, Angie, you saying if I'm drawn to you, I'm just going to try to be drawn to you. Oh, Angie. Okay, there might be a baby coming in your life. I see a teddy bear. That actually is not my symbol for a baby, but it's somebody else's I know symbol for a baby, a pending baby, like the one that's in the belly. And I don't know if you actually have someone who's pregnant in your life or someone who could get pregnant. I don't know that you are someone who could get pregnant, but sometimes too, well, I didn't see it as a pregnant belly, but usually if I see a pregnant belly, it actually means the person I'm talking to has a very big idea and they are about to embark on something that could be life-changing, because children are life-changing. Well, they better be. Also, too, Angie, if you take anything at all, too, they show you like you're walking your life's path with a machete. So you're knocking things out of your way. They're just little things, but allow the tiny little bits of grass that get into your path, just knock those out of the way and keep going down the way you were going. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. So if you're having little obstacles in your path at this moment, don't you worry. They're actually for you to exercise your ability to get rid of stuff in your path. I hope that makes sense. You're welcome, Tony. I hope I helped. Well, I know why you have weird dreams. Because your mind's asleep. Your mind is asleep because your mind is the part when you see something fanciful out in front of you. And I'm not sure if I should say your name, Ba or Bay. And I don't want, so that's why I did not use your first name. But when we're asleep, actually, that's what I just heard in my head is that's when the dead come to play, which is absolutely true. When my dad is taking me over to the other side, I'm asleep. Because if he tries to take me over the other side of my waking hours, I'm going to try to create it. Or I'm going to go, okay, this, or I'm going to try to see more. When you're in your dream, you are seeing what you're seeing, and that is it, and that is all. You actually might want to ask, you can take control in some ways in your dreams. I'm also seeing you use, I don't have any in front of me, worry dolls. Worry dolls are like just little personifications. You can use anything as a worry doll. You could even use something as simple as an orb like this and say, okay, I want you to personify a spirit guide for me today, and I want to meet you. Or if there's a certain passed over loved one, play with your dreams a little bit, actually, because they're coming to you in your dreams because your mind's asleep and you can't say it's not true. If they come to you in your waking hours, your mind can screw it all up and say, this isn't real, this isn't what you're seeing, and you won't see anything. So that's why they're doing it in your dreams, in my opinion, and from what I see. I actually even don't know what's happening here, but it could be because you're not fully pulling up something in your heart chakra and saying the things that you need to say, that your dreams are so fanciful and crazy and fun. But yeah, it's something here needs to be addressed and you're being told in your dreams. I'm hoping and thinking and wishing it's not health problems in any sort of way. I'm thinking it's more of an energy movement, and maybe you're receiving so many messages in your dreams because you receive so many messages in your waking hours and you're not paying attention. That could be very well what's going on. I hope that helps. And you might want to meditate before bed and close down your heart chakra, because we can open the heart chakra and we can close the heart chakra. It's really the only one we do that with. And at night, it's nice to actually close it up, make it nice and pink. so that you're protected. And then ask someone you love and trust to be in your dreams with you to help explain things. I actually believe you can do that. You also might want to put a pen and paper next to your bedside. Thank you. All right. Love Raven. Great name. Ah, you know there is. That's the answer. You know there is. Because you hear your mom all the time. You don't need me. You actually hear her right here. I don't even know if she's giving you pain or stabbing pain or something in the back of your head, or just you can hear her in the back of your mind or feel her in the back of your mind. And I don't know if you've actually been frightened in your house, like you thought someone was in your house, and I believe your mother was there. Okay. I'm not sure if you're a healer or your mom was a nurse or your mom was a healer or something like that. You might be having pain in your wrist, or she might have had pain in her wrist. And it actually, tell me. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go with it because she's doing this now. And this is something I will do when my hands start to hurt, because I know I let too much energy get into the ends of my hands or into my hands and I didn't get it out. I believe healers get this because they're supposed to use their hands, and that's where the energy will come from the heart chakra down the arms and coagulate in here. But everybody is different. Okay, this is actually what I'm seeing you do. So you must have so much excess energy, and your mom coming in and talking to you is actually adding to that. And your mom is coming in saying the word ancestors as well. So you actually might be indigenous. And she might not be the only one calling to you. And she might be having help by somebody who's larger and bigger and doesn't really know his own strength. And they kind of get in too much and too soon. And you might be hearing or something that isn't, because when the dead used to come to me when I was little and unprepared for it and not grounded, it was rather than hello, Bobbi, how are you doing? Not that any of them say that. But so okay, slow it down and allow yourself to know. Good Lord, that could have been for me. Sorry. Alrighty then. Also, too, this, I don't know if this makes any sense. Your mom shows you skipping a stone. So she shows like you have something in your hand. You have something that you need to let go and see how it goes. That's the way I would think that, because your mom really shows you by the water a little bit. I'm not quite sure if you have ashes and you're supposed to put them in the ocean. Let it go. Not quite sure. Okie dokie. Brit! Relationship advice. I actually hear he's a boy, you're a girl. Let's start there. Because it's kind of like you speak Spanish, he speaks French. Now we have to translate. That's the way that they're putting it. And they actually they show him with his back to you and you having to tap him on the shoulder to get his attention. I think he's not paying attention to you, or he's not noticing he needs to pay attention to you. Okie dokie. Please excuse this, but I have to say what they say. You know that. Tell him how you feel. Don't be such a chicken poo. Don't be such a chicken poo. I don't know. You might actually even be having a sore throat. You might have a sore throat. You might be clearing your throat a lot. You might find that you're getting stuff caught in your throat. And I actually think it might be because you need to say something, because it looks like you have a hairball and you're not a kitty cat. So it looks like you need to clear your throat and let things out. I have done that before too. Okay. And follow your heart. Stand up for yourself a little bit and what you need and what you want and how you would like this relationship to go for you. It is really, 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 really easy to check out when a man checks out even the tiniest bit. If you check out, because, and this is not against men, but they're not taught that they are the people of the communication. We are. They are not taught that every feeling, every thought, and every emotion that rumbles on inside of them needs to be brought out. We are. So when that rumbles inside of them, quite often they can actually introvert it, which which is fine to a certain extent, but it doesn't help you and it doesn't help him. They want you to think of this too as well, that he's your friend first. And sorry about the word, lover second. So they want you to treat him as there's a friend that has a trouble and I need to see what the trouble is. And because I don't think it's the relationship. I think it's something's going on with him and it's spilling into the relationship because that's what things do. People don't even recognize when something's going on inside of them. They just look at their spouse and go, "What did you do?" I feel weird. And then they get rid of their spouse and then they still feel weird. And then they get another spouse and then they still feel weird. So in this one, they want you to tap him on the shoulder. He has his back to you. They want you to clear your throat, tell him what it is you need to say, and they want you to follow your heart, speak from the heart. Okie dokie. And there might be a brass ring having to do with your business. I know you didn't ask about your business, but there might be a brass ring hanging ever so slightly. You might want to take it because it might feel like, oh no, if I take this, then I'm going off in a different kind of way. But it might be a branch you didn't see. Okie dokie. I hope that helps. Mary Lynn, messages for you. Smudge your new home. Actually, smudge your new home. Nobody died there. I don't think no one died there, but there's something about your new home. You might want to smudge it just to have new energy, just your energy. And they when they show you putting your energy, I know you well enough to know you'll never do this. They show you licking the walls. I just heard you yell. Anyway, so actually what I think they're trying to say, because they actually are showing you urinating in every corner as well. Make the house your own. Make it your house. Somebody else's energy is all over that house. They do show you washing the walls. Knowing you as I do, I don't think I need to tell you that. I'm sure you have already thought about it or you've already done it, and that's in a cleanliness way. Also, too, they're showing you looking at the bottoms of your feet. Looking at your bottoms of your feet can mean foot trouble. It can mean organ trouble, or it can actually mean start pampering yourself, looking into you. I believe that's actually what it means. And I kind of think you do too. So I would actually, if I were you, and I'm not, but I'm going to tell you to be like me, I would actually try to find guided meditations or spiritual practitioners or leaders or ideologies that actually speak to the way that you think. It doesn't have to be all airy fairy and cuckoo. It can actually be scientific. It can actually be, okay, we're going to look at this in a metaphysical sort of way. Deepak Chopra looks at things in a physicist sort of way, but that's not who I see. I actually very much see more Wayne Dyer, Gary Zukav, but also my references are 20 years ago because I stopped reading other people's books 20 years ago. Not because I know everything, because I read other books now. So that's just don't read those ones as much as I used to. But you might want to actually start looking at those basics, because what those things do, and this is why I don't really read other people's other stuff anymore, is that they provide kind of the trunk to your tree. And then you provide the branches and the foliage and all the other stuff, because now you make it your own. Because if you look at a tree, the trunk's kind of all something, well, not different breeds of tree, types of trees. Yeah, I know you're all saying the right word right now. I can't hear you. But they all, the trunks look the same, but then when you look at all the foliage and stuff, each tree grows a little bit differently. We humans are the same sort of way, and so is our spirituality. And I very much like to look at spirituality like a tree, because it is. It has roots, it has a spine, and it has all of these things that can grow out of it. And your chakras and you are very much the same way. Also, too, Mary Lynn, you might want to start saying, "I love you," Mary Lynn, when you look in the mirror. and giving yourself a little kiss. And your husband actually needs to as well, because I actually see that. And he might have some lower back pain that he needs to address. And because they show that lower back pain not as pain, they show it as blood. Pain. They don't show it as joint. They show it as blood, and they bring it around the front. Okie dokie. Hello, Audrey. Okie dokie. Audrey would like to know about spirit guides. I love spirit guides. Okie dokie. Audrey, your spirit guides say they want to get to know you better. And okay. I know with mine that when I first met my spirit, actually, I first met one, and then later I met another, and then later I met another, and then I keep meeting new spirit guides all the time. In fact, I have one because I have an idea how many I have, but I actually haven't met all of them yet. And there's a great deal of them, but it's mostly because blah, 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 and I have so many people. But I believe that actually the more I work, I don't know if more are presenting themselves to me or if I actually gain more spirit guides, but they're showing me that sort of situation with you. They're also showing me, I did, I can't remember. I did a guided meditation when I first started doing what I do, opening myself up, where I got to meet my spirit guides. They're super duper helpful guided meditations. And you can actually go by somebody else's meditation, or you yourself can start by allowing yourself to feel that you're flowing down the river, allowing yourself to see that your animal guide is right there and they're walking along the river while you float down the river. And then you can see where you come to something and then your guides are there. You can actually make all those things up as you go if you would like, but you can also get guided meditations that will do that for you. I've got to start taping some guided meditations. I used to do them all the time. But they show that they want, because they want you to suspend your disbelief. They want you to believe that they're there. They want you to know that they are there with you and what they are trying to say, because you can hear them, but you can't. It's almost like they're speaking broken English and you're speaking fluent English. I hope that makes a little bit of sense, but that's how it can sometimes be, where you're getting every second word or you're getting an idea, but you're not quite sure what the thing behind the idea is. This will help cement you. You need grounding too. Well, we all need grounding. Please don't take that personally. There's a reason I'm holding this. So, okie dokie. Also, you might want to go easier on yourself or be nicer to yourself or actually believe yourself to be psychic. Because one of the reasons I believe myself to be psychic is because I say things to people and they go, yeah, okay, I get that. That's true. So it's just that simple, really. It's the confirmation from other people that really, really, really helps. So if you ask your spirit guides, okay, do this outside of me and get that confirmation. And they want you to know how you work or what you do or things like that. So they want you to actually ask them about that as well. Ask us to show you. Yeah, because your ability to actually fulfill your spiritual contract is kind of up to them as well. So we're all working as a team. So I actually refer to myself as we and us. Hello, Shauna. Okie dokie, Sarah Cottrell. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, a house bunny. I love that. And it's not the movie House Bunny. Sorry. Thank you is the thing from the bunny. I don't know if you rescued this bunny from peril in some sort of way, but you gave this bunny a really good life. And I hear let freedom reign. So I'm not sure if they were able to just like go everywhere they wanted and had a litter box in your house. I have seen that before. And bunnies are so quiet. Bunnies are very quiet. That's a hard thing to hear, but I actually believe if you think that you have felt your bunny jump on your bed or actually go by like you thought, oh no, but he's not here. She's still visiting. They seem to be like cats, and to be quite honest, I don't really talk to bunnies. Because not that many people have pet bunnies that they want to talk to. Cats and dogs, most certainly. Dogs feel a certain way. They almost feel like they can talk. Cats, are indifferent to me. That's the best thing I can say. But your bunny, seems to visit you the way cats visit their loved ones, where they just show up. They just come into your house, they just come there and then they leave, and that they don't it's not like with the dog. Dogs still act like dogs. Cats want to be near you. Like I have one right here near me. She just wants to be in the space of what we're doing. My dog, though, would require petting, would require attention, would require me to say hello to him, whereas my cat does not require that. I hope that explains the difference between dogs and cats' spirits. But it is somewhat the same. The dog will try to interact with you, where the cat will just be there. So apparently, bunnies are somewhat the same. Oh, there's a little bit of a cross between, but a little bit more on the cat side, where they just want you to know they're there, especially when you're crying. So it's like a emotional, what's the word when the emotional care cat bunny? Something like that. And replace me, replace me, replace me. So I don't know if you've already gone and bought a new pet and named it Lottie 2 or Lottie's Pick or something like that, but Lottie would like a replacement, because I don't know if you still actually already have a animal that misses her, and that heartbeat replacement, or it might even be you, but replacement. And it's the wrong word. Oh, that's not a better word. Substitution was a better word, but that's not the right word either. It would be more of another being to love. That's a much better way for me to put it, I would believe. Okie dokie. I hope that helps. Vi. Okie dokie. Vi. Okay. When I ask about your mother and father, I see two hands holding like this. So I don't know if they're together when they both pass, but they're holding hands now. And watching over you, your sister, our grandbabies. And they, I don't know, your family seems to go brrr, just keep brrr out there. I don't know what's going on with your esophagus or the middle of you, or there's something here to here going on. And do you smoke? You might smoke, or you may have smoked, because your mom is showing you going and cleaning all of that out, clean out you, but she makes it look like it's morning. So I don't know if you're feeling something heavy within your chest, and that heaviness is actually becoming a physical thing that you need to release, and it is based in grief. It seems strange. Also, okay, there's something that I think falls over in your house. It could be as simple as a book. It could be it almost, I can almost hear it. So it's not a tree. Your mother says it's me. Your mother actually even wanted me to say I'm behind you, but I didn't want to freak you out. But she showed, and she may have actually knocked the thing over while we were here talking in some sort of way to let you know that you should, and she's here, and dad's here too. But they show themselves. I love this. It's like 1970s phone call thing where one seems to be upstairs on the kitchen phone and the other one's downstairs on the rec room phone. I don't know if any of you remember that that's actually how we used to always visit with each other long distance. If you had more than one person you want to talk to in the house. But she's showing that, and she's showing herself muting your dad so she can be the one to talk to you. What a mom thing to do. And because he doesn't have his cool things to say. And there's something about your sister, and I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's a wave, it's a high. And your mother says, I love you. She also says, thank you. I actually think you've done something posthumously. You've done some memorial, or you've done something, I think you, or spread the ashes, or said something about her. And she says, thank you. You did not need to, or whatever you said was something you wouldn't have said if she was still alive. Sorry. Okie dokie. Divya. Have I said your name correctly? I hope I have said your name correctly, Divya. Um, um, Okie dokie. This is weird, but I have to say what I say. Let go of what you don't know and move to what you do. And I think that that has to do with, I don't know if you and your mom had said, when I pass, I'm going to come back and I'm going to say this, because she's showing you guys were so close. You loved it. Actually, I hear so in love, which actually sounds romantic, obviously, but I think you know what she means. But there was a bond. You came from her. There was a bond. There was a massive bond. And it makes you feel like you can't hear her now because the bond was so strong, because everyone's trying so hard. She also shows your blinds coming down, and they're not completely black. They go from black to brown. So you're coming a little bit out of your grieving and mourning and the really emotional, heavy duty part of it. But please know you got to pull those blinds up, please, because that's the way she can see you. In fact, actually, she says tough love. She says, I'm right here. Okay. She says, you can't see me because you're trying too hard. She actually shows you going like, and she's showing you stuff, but you're looking for a movie. You're looking for something maybe bigger, but she's being very, very, very us about it. She says something very, very basic. Like if I passed away and I came back and I went to one of my children, I would do something that they would know for certain it was me, just me and them. It would be something that has to do with our relationship, just like you two. Birds flying through the air, flying into windows, things like that, electricity. Everybody does that. And she, I'm sure, has probably done that for you. But the thing she's doing now is very, very, she says, basic and simple. And it could also be, she's showing the covers being torn back in your bed. That is super specific and super almost impossible, because I've seen them move physical objects, but covers are heavy and big, and that's a whole situation to lift and pull. I could see a whoop of a slight, like 3-inch movement, and that would be a big thing. Having said that, though, I have actually seen things completely manifested, like completely, like things I thought I had gotten rid of, that I was, oh, boo hoo hoo, I got rid of that, and then boom, there they are in my living room. And unexplainable, totally bizarre, but that was my dad. And I know when it's been my dad. And in fact, actually, earlier in the broadcast, I talked about his hat that I have. That darn hat got crushed once when I was moving. A friend of mine put a box on it, and he knows who he is. And I was so distraught, so upset. I went to work. I was so upset, came home, and it was fully formed and sitting on my kitchen table. Perfect. It was a fedora-like hat, like old man hat. And I have no explanation for that, but I know my dad did that. It doesn't look fanciful. It's just like, what? Am I crazy? Did that happen? So that's what she wants you to look into, and stuff that's very much the two of you. Yeah, she's closer than you think. In fact, she's never gone away. She just went through a door you can't go through, but the wall is see-through for her. I hope that helps. And she loves you like the wind, and she loves you to the moon and back. Okay. Okay. Janine. With your health, that's kind of funny. You're okay. They're showing you like you're coughing up a hairball, like you're coughing. You actually might want to, and they say alternative medicines. I always feel about alternative medicines and flying in the face of the medical industry, but I do see it as a medical industry, and I have found that they have been absolutely no help to me. So maybe this will be help for you. They're actually showing you drinking stuff down that will coat your lungs and allow you to go and get stuff out. Now, having said that, I don't know the situation. I don't know exactly what you have been told by actual real medical practitioners. But as a psychic lady who's looking into a little bit, they show you not knowing what's going on with your lungs and actually being told something that's going on with your lungs that you now can feel a little bit, or that might be really, really, really freaking you out and making you feel like you're out of control, making you feel like you can't breathe, and actually making it feel like it's getting worse before it's getting better. So they actually show you meditating. They do. And if you take some sort of elixir, some sort of something that you believe to help you to, and it might be phytoplankton, something like that, some sort of fish oily sort of thing that you take in that will coat here, and then you throw it up. Or I don't know how else it gets out of you, but believe it to be doing what you want it to do. I would, if I were you, actually see like cleaning up of your lungs, cleaning the layer of stuff. They show stuff in the bottom of your lungs, and they show layers of stuff on your lungs, which makes me think smoking because it looks really blackish. So, okay. I like this, and I don't know if you're a visualizer, but they're showing it to me like you are. Like they don't usually show me something that the person isn't capable of. So they show you in a meditative state. So just sitting and being with yourself and thinking the healthiest thoughts. I am healthy. My lungs are clear. My lungs are beautiful. They are pink. They are wonderful. And then actually seeing what looks like a big angel feather coming down into your lungs and cleaning everything out for you. I know. But at the same time, what we believe to be true can be true. If you believe yourself able to clean out your lungs with this angel feather and the help of angels, then maybe it's true. And even if I'm not going to say it's not true. I can't say that because then I would not be me. So even if, by all logic and standards, doctors say, no, that's not, that can't be true. Believe it to be true. Believe yourself to be Wonder Woman. Believe yourself to be magical. Believe yourself to be able to heal you and do everything you can to heal you. You might want to change some things in your diet. You might want to purify the things that go into your mouth so you give your body the best fighting chance it absolutely can have. It's kind of like if you had an army and 5 of your soldiers in the front got sick. You would want to make sure the rest of the 10 soldiers behind there stayed healthy so that you had a stronger army and that sickness didn't spread into the entire army. So what they're saying is keep the rest of the body healthy, and then that will lend to the health and the support of your lungs. Yeah. Be nice to you is the other thing I hear. Take 5 to 10 minutes a day just for you. It blows my mind how much I have to tell that to people, especially female people. Spend 5 to 10 minutes a day just on you. Love you. You're wonderful. You deserve you. Okie dokie. Hello from Kansas. Oh, snazzy do. Hello, Michelle from Kansas. I love Kansas, and you want to know why? Because that's where Dorothy's from. So I've never been to Kansas. Oh, hi, Erin. Erin's here. She's sending hugs my way. Thank gosh. See, she's here in spirit with me. I feel stronger with her. Oh, okie dokie. Okie dokie. Now, hello from Kansas, Michelle, and your ex. He died in a weird way, like a really, did somebody else cause his passing? Could somebody have orchestrated your ex's death? I'm actually kind of seeing that. In fact, I am seeing someone who I know passed away because somebody actually tried to just hurt him and they ended up killing him because I don't think they realized what they were doing was so severe. That is what I'm seeing. It looks like could be deemed accidental, but at the same time, how the heck did the human interference had to happen in some sort of way? Golly, I hope that makes sense. Now I gotta ask him. Yeah, he says the first word he says is murdered. And when I say that, because I'm resisting it, he is causing this whole side of my face to, oh God, I feel like he's like he punched me with a sledgehammer. It is so, it hurts, like it stings. Um, he tells me he loves you or he loved you. He fucked up. Sorry about the swear. I apologize. Um, he does come and see you. It is him. If you're wondering, he says it is me because he says he makes it look like you go, it is you, blah, 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 and it is him. He also he's smacking you in the butt or putting his foot up your butt. I don't know if there's something you need to do, something you need to get on. Ah, now, okay. So it kind of looks like he's trying to charge you with the task of figuring this out for him. It doesn't sit well. It doesn't sit right with me that he would even ask you that. Only because what can you do? And it might in some way put you in some sort of harm's way. Um, uh, uh, but might be something that has to do with justice or justice for him in some sort of weird way or something. There's got to be balance in the energies. And if anything, what I think he might be getting at, I don't know if when people die on the side of the road here, well, not side, when people die in car accidents here in, well, especially BC, I know because that's where I live, the people put out big memorials for them. So everyone knows this happened there. And it's little brain that is foreshadowing, like, woo, look out, we have an accident here, or there's been an accident here, or something's happened here. And that's what I'm seeing. And I hope that makes some sort of sense. I don't think he wants you to find out. I don't know that he wants you to find out exactly what happened as much as he wants his death or passing to be commemorated in some sort of way, that there is some sort of I don't know if there's justification, justice in some way, because the person that I see as the example of the person who was accidentally, let's say, manslaughtered, he the people who did it really, everything about it was wrong. Everything about it was wrong, that they were even there, that they did this to him, that they had the opportunity to get close to him, things like that. So it might be something like that he's talking about. So he does say, I love you. And he says it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. Just bounce that emotion off of me ever so quickly. I hope that helps in some sort of way, Michelle. Okie dokie. Kelly, hi. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing something with your hands. You're doing something. You're working with your hands or something like that. And I think it's actually for a higher purpose in some sort of way. It could even be like that's the type of thing you would get if you're doing like art, because that art, you're doing it and then it will leave you and go and make somebody's life better, because art makes people's lives better because it makes them happy. So there's something you're doing that is actually having a mushroom cloud effect out in the universe, and keep going. And take your hat off. You might want to let your crown chakra buck a little bit and allow yourself to ohm it up and know that you can talk to them and call them to you, and whomever you want to call to you, your deceased loved ones as well. Oh, thank you, Leslie. Hi, Shelley. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. Okay, now, Lori, you just said the problem was above your chest, not below, because I was looking at intestines or lower part of your body or something like that. So if it's not actually there, it might have to do with your power then. That's the only thing I can think of, that's what they were pointing at when they were pointing at that part of your body, like to tell you, you have the power here. And it's funny too, because when I talk about that, I see the cloths, because the cloths need nothing but water. The cloth itself is the cleaning tool. I think you're the cloth. I hope that makes sense. I think, yeah. Okay, Kathy, what happened to my mom? Woo. I actually even hear, what a loaded question in my head. My thinking is, the way that I'm hearing it is that what happened that actually made your mom leave us? That's my thinking. What was the last straw? What was the crux? What was the thing? Um, okay. It looks like she fell off something, like a cliff or a building. How does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know how that makes sense. But it's like a TV scene where somebody's grappling with another person and then poof, they get thrown off. They get and they fall. So I'm not entirely certain exactly what that means. It's really cloaked. It's super cloaked like this, because um part is that it does not serve you to know, but you feel you need to. So I don't see how they make that decision for you, whether or not you get to know. But then I hear it again. It does not serve you to know. And I think what they mean by that is that, um, okay, all right, this is what they flashed to my brain. When my father had his brain aneurysm, they didn't let me in the room. And finally, after me, I want to go in there, I got to see my father. And I kind of wish I hadn't, because it, it was such a difficult thing for me to see. So I kind of think that's what your mother might be getting at here. That if I had always just remembered my father as he was when he left before the brain aneurysm, then I would, yeah, okay. My dad actually, it ruptured while he was running the bases after he hit a triple. So if that was my last view of him, would be great. That would be better, because that's my dad. Strong. He ran. He almost had a home run, for goodness sakes. That was a great hit. That was like the last thing he did, and that was an amazing thing for him. So I have to be thankful for that for him. But then the other stuff happened, and that, yeah, and I honestly believe that's what your mother might be somewhat protecting you from in some way. This doesn't mean you don't investigate, because they're showing you looking through things to find out more stuff, but you might you might not want to. And I'm sorry, but I have to say the things that pop in my head. Okie dokie. Holly. Oh, your spirit guides, I don't know if they don't roll your eyes at you, because I'm sure mine roll their eyes at me all the darn time. But if they're rolling your eyes at you, then it's because the same way best friends roll their eyes at you. It's like, oh my goodness, how did she not know this about herself? Okay, so okie dokie. It's the details of the life choices. It's not so much the path itself. It's the little things that you're bringing on the path with you. And they actually show it like you have a rolling suitcase on your path, and then other luggage. You might be bringing stuff that has been with you, rather than just letting go of the things that have been and starting fresh and new. So, okay, all right. Oh, that's weird. They want you to actually shed everything and start on your path in a nakedy sort of way, like you don't know anything. And actually, sometimes I actually sing this song. It's the song that Alistair Sims sang after he found that the ghost of Christmas future didn't kill him in the morning. He actually sang the song to his maid. I don't know anything. I never did know anything. And now I know what I don't know on a Christmas morning. I actually have that go on in my head all the time. They want you to sing that to you. I don't know anything. I never did know anything. And now I know what I don't know. So, because every morning we learn something new, we actually don't know everything. And okay, so your spirit guides, they show you meditating. You have nothing with you. They show you, okay, they show you learning, but you have no book in your hands. You're looking up at the sky. I actually think what they're trying to tell you is, okie dokie, put your hands by your side and walk down your path. You don't need anything. I don't know if you're taking a lot of courses or something, or feeling like I'm holding this orb because I'm hoping it'll ground me a little bit more. And it actually kind of is, because I've asked this orb to ground me. If I put this orb down, that doesn't mean I'm going to fly out of my seat. But it makes my little mind say, I don't have my orb. What if I and so the orb itself is helping me to feel myself, ground myself. Oh, golly sakes. I feel like I'm walking in a circle, 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 circle. But okay, I hope that's making some sort of sense to you, because they're the rolling wagons. So they want you to let go of expectations, let go of the details, and just go with what you see and move forward, because you're actually doing a really, really, really good job. It could even be actually that you need to let go of teachings of others or other sorts of things and concentrate on one spiritual thing. That happens to me sometimes too, because it can get blah, 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 and you're all over the place and everywhere. So if you can just concentrate on your guides, or concentrate on a deceased loved one, or concentrate on your angels, or actually what I hear in my head is concentrate on you. Concentrating on you and learning on how you hear. Actually, yeah, no, that's what it is. Learning how you hear. And the only way to learn how you hear is to practice hearing, is to ask them questions and then see what they say, and use them in public places too. I do it all the darn time. I talk to my spirit guides in my head all the time and say, is this, and they will give me confirmations. Only ask for confirmations, never ask for the negatives. But you are on the right path. You just got too many shiny things on your path. I totally get that. I'm all about the shiny things. Okay, Kita Sarah. Oh, and I know you do. You miss Rochelle so, and Rochelle misses you. And mommy, she comes back to see you in so many ways. She's actually showing a flower in the middle of a field. She's showing me one bird flying through the air. I kind of think she might symbolize herself as individual, as one thing, as like if you see 20 brown eggs, but there's one white one, then it's not that the egg is Rochelle, or that she wants you to pay attention to it, because she wants you to pay attention to her, because you can hear her and feel her. And she shows herself rubbing your back here, just like little people do. Especially, my back was rubbed there once actually by my niece as I vomited. So she was rubbing me right here, kind of like little people do, and saying, oh yeah, she's okay. She's okay. That's what she's trying to tell you. She's okay. She's okay. It's you and daddy. And I don't know if there's a birthday coming up, but there was a birthday, and there's a leveling up of age. Um, Okie dokie. So you might want to actually do automatic writing. You might actually want to write down things that are popping off in your head so that you can get rid of them, which is why I actually say all the things that pop into my head so that I can make room for new information. That's why because when I do that, it's like an information train, and it moves the old information forward and makes room for new information. So writing it down will do that too. It also gets it outside of you, because one of the reasons people use a person like me is because I actually tell you the things that are already going on in your head. I'm just using my voice, not yours. So it's easier for you to understand that way. Not easier for you to understand. It's easier for you to believe it to be true when you hear it from another person. So, seeing it written down is the same as well. And you might find that when you're writing, your hand cramps up, allow that to, and then just allow your penmanship to change, because it might not be yours the whole time. Excuse me, sip. Okie dokie. Oh, thank you, Kylie. Thank you, because I don't know if I'm doing things right here. Thank you. Cassandra. If you want your mother and your brother, it's like the Three Stooges trying to get through the doorway. Which one's going to get to you quicker? Can you believe it? It's your brother. Can you believe it? It's your brother. I can't believe it's your brother. I don't know if he actually rode a skateboard. Skateboards are sometimes a symbol of things, of the movement forward or the smooth sailing or something like that. But he wants you to know that. Your brother also, he's doing better than you. He wants you to know that. He actually even says it like that he's doing better than you. Now, I don't know if your mom baked when she was here, but she seems to be using a rolling pin. So I'm not quite sure, because rolling pin, though, too, I've never seen it. I've seen it in their hands, and it's a grandmother thing. And it usually means, because there's a cooking grandmother and a baking grandmother. That used to be. Things are changing so much now. It's not quite the case, but she's rolling it like this. She's smoothing something out. And she says she's doing it for you. And I'm not entirely, I think it's something in your life she's smoothing out. It might have to do with your job, but I'm not entirely sure. She also kisses you right here. And she says, that's me. So I don't know if you actually even have a mark here or something bugs you around this area, but she's kissing you right here. So she says, that's me. Also, too, I get jealous. I get jealous that they're there and you're here, because they're kind of pointing at that, like they're having a party, things like that. And that is us. Something might be happening at night, or might be happening in your dreams, or might be, they're showing you in bed and it's dark and I can hear something, and and you wonder if it's them, and it is them. I don't even know if you might have heard giggling. That would be creepy as F. But, okay, no, it's not giggling. I wouldn't do that to you. Okie dokie. Now, also too, Cassandra, I don't know if you have their stuff in boxes or if you're moving. I see boxes. Boxes usually either mean you're moving, you have superfluous stuff you need to pack up, or you have dead people things. I kind of think it's the last two, the dead people things and superfluous stuff to pack up. And the superfluous stuff might be your mother's stuff. She's showing me my scrapbook idea, where you take things that mean something, you get a symbol of that thing, and then you start putting it together in a scrapbook or shadow boxes or something. So it's not this daunting task. And then you can see the things that you love. And actually, one of the things she's showing me is I keep thinking about actually getting a shadow box for my father's football jacket. And that's what she's showing me. So it might be something of hers that she wants you to display, so you don't like have all of this stuff. You just have the essence, the thing that means something. And boy, oh boy, does your mommy love you and miss you. Wowzers, McGowzers, you need that hug, and she's giving it. Okie dokie. Hello, Aiden. Okie dokie. Aiden, are you going to school? Are you learning right now? It looks like the metaphysical-y sort of stuff has gone by the wayside for the normal human stuff, but I'm not entirely sure. It looks like you're studying something, because it looks like you're writing something. They tell me to tell you to do what you got to do, especially considering where you are chronologically in your life, because there's so much plenty of time. But they tell me you're on a learning curve right now, which is super duper groovy. The other, this is interesting. They're showing you, I don't know if you've probably seen the Disney Peter Pan, when Peter Pan's got his foot and he's trying to use soap to put his shadow back on his foot. There's two things I can think about this. One, grow up. I don't think, maybe not. I don't think it's that. But I actually think it has to do with cleaning your feet. I think it has to do with your shadow is that thing that follows you everywhere, and you might want to let go of what was and move into what is new. Because, especially in your age bracket, you're moving into adulthood a little bit here. So, Peter Pan is the little boy that would never grow up, and then they show you cleaning your feet. Oh my God, that's so obvious. That's amazing. Well done, spirit guides of Aiden. So, yeah, I actually think they want you to start moving forward into manhood. Sorry. Ah, okie dokie. Hope that helped, Aiden. Hello. You are doing this so soul song intuitive healing, so I am not going to reveal your name. um, dreaming of your dad a lot in the past week. And actually, he shows me a picture I have of my dad where he's showing his big muscles. So your dad's trying to show himself as strong, and he's able to do this to you. Okie dokie. He says, pay attention to what he says to you. And in those dreams, do you feel like you have a hat on? You feel like you can't quite see everything. It feels like a little bit darker. And I actually saw something about this because when we go to the other side, when my dad's taken me over to the other side, it's always like twilight. It's always a little bit darker. And I always think of it as they don't want me to be able to see as much, but part of me is starting to think it is almost like twilight sometimes in the place that they can bring us to. Because heck, I think my dad says he's taking me to his home, but he's not taking me to an actual home. And I have only that my understanding to say that I went to the other side with him or that I went to the purgatory or something. I'm not quite sure actually at this moment, but no, I know he's taking me over to the other side. I think your dad is doing that with you. I also think your dad has a pressing thing he's trying to tell you. So you might want to actually keep the pad and paper next to your bed and write down the first thing that pops into your head when you wake up, because I believe it might be a message for you and it might be a message just for you. I believe very strongly, especially those of us who work in the spiritual realm or spiritual way, we actually share the burden of our ancestry, of the generations that weren't able to realize what they were before us. Because some of us are born this way. Well, most of us are born this way. And it's up to us to figure out how in which we're psychic and how we hear. And if we can't do that, if we don't look at it, it can actually turn on us a little bit and it can become sorry, Marie. It can become a thing that causes physical illnesses in family, can cause like a chronic generational illness in the family. So, and I know you're a psychic lady very much. So it could very well be that your dad is helping you to level up and trying to tell you what you might be missing that might be a little bit ancestral or generational. Okie dokie. I hope that helped. Okay. Whew. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit longer. And anyone I don't get to, we're doing this again. Yay! Okay. Leanne. Yeah, there's something behind you. I know that sounds weird. They show you actually grabbing something from the back from behind you and pulling it forward. So, yeah, that's so weird. And it could be because when you've put something behind you, you've done it for a reason. And when something is behind you, it is there for a reason. But they show you grabbing something from the back and pulling it to the front. It could be something that you've dismissed, that you've let go of, that you've put away, and they want you to revisit it a little bit. It also could be something that you don't deem as being important, because there's lots of things we don't deem as being important because we don't make money at them or they don't seem productive or society isn't all that big on them, like forest bathing and I never say forest bathing or a meditation or just sitting by a river and listening to it move. I think these are all things they want you to do. And when they show you doing it, then I see you throwing up. So obviously meditating isn't going to make you throw up, but it could actually pull some stuff out of you that really needs to get out of you. Because when we throw up, what we're doing is we're getting out stuff our body's rejecting. Now it doesn't want anymore. So there's something like that happening to you, with you, not to you. That's a terrible choice of words, Roberta. Okay. I hope that helps, Leanne. Okay. Verna. Who are my spirit guides and animal totem and totem animal? Wowzers, my gowsers, Verna. It's going to the top shelf, aren't you? Goodness gracious me. I actually even hear, you know who they are. You know what I see with spirit animal? It might freak you out. You might not like it. I'm not sure. I see a snake. But when I see a snake with a female, that's goddess energy, in my opinion. That is highest. That is, you might garden. Well, I know what you do. But okie dokie. Actually, even right now, Verna, are you moving into Kundalini energy at all? Are you actually kind of leveling up in the energies and things that you're doing? You're working with precious stones. You're working with stuff that is igniting things in your hands and in your heart and all in your healing. And I actually think it I don't want to say it's causing an upheaval in you. I would rather say it is motivating a movement within you. It is allowing things to flow in a better way. And okay, it is a gift within you. And it's a gift that you, and actually, this is kind of funny, actually. Verna, particularly when I was getting ready for stuff, I went on the Facebooky thing. Actually, it was Instagram, and I saw you. I saw a post, and that's what they're showing. And I thought, oh, they're showing me this on purpose. I know I'm going to be talking to Verna today. And I think that's a little bit more people need to know about you. More people need to know about the products you give, because I think you actually have life-changing products. When people in my family are ill, I go out and I find them bracelets, necklaces, rings, stuff. If I can't find it, I make it, but I do it with the precious stones that I think will help heal them. 100%. I think so do you. I think too, you don't even know who you're healing when you're making stuff. So I don't know if you already have an Etsy shop. If you don't, please start it, or start some other way for people to be able to get to know you, be able to see the products that you're making. Because like with psychics, you people who make spiritually based products, there's someone for everyone, because your epithelials, your energy, your everything is on it, and that will coincide with certain people. So we need you to get out there a lot more, please. And in fact, actually, I think you're blocking energy. I think that you're actually a little nervous of your own success. And I only say that because they're showing me and I get so nervous about my own success. Oh yeah, golly sakes, especially when I first started doing what I do. So, and by success, I mean the energy flow, the way that it all comes in. So also too, and that in by that too, that will second guessing your spirit guides, expecting them to wear certain things or to be a certain way or have certain names. My spirit guides, it's the name, the first name, and some of them have the weirdest darn names, and some of them are actually personified by what I was looking at the moment when they came to me, because that's the way it is, because that's the type of relationship I want to have. I want to actually get rid of my silly little mind as much as possible. I can marry things to it so it understands things, but the spirituality and all the movement and energy behind it is way more important. I hope that makes sense. I think that makes sense to you. In fact, I kind of know what makes sense to you. So start treating yourself like a big old stinking psychic, and meditating every day, speaking to your spirit guides, telling your spirit guides, okay, we're all in this together. So you guys got to talk in a way that I understand, or else we're doing it again. And who wants to do that? Okie dokie. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. Penny. Miscarriages. Thank you so much for the question. Yes. Okay. So, miscarried babies. Miscarried babies actually tell me, and terminated babies, that's what I call children. And it's not better. That's what I call aborted children, terminated babies. That doesn't sound better, does it? It actually sounds kind of worse. But that's what I say. Because those children know when they're coming to be with you. They know that they're coming at a time where it would not be beneficial for you to have them, or your body's not ready, or your life's not ready, but they want to be part of the family and they want to be part of your experience. A lot of the times, actually, they're coming for their siblings. They're coming for the kids who come after them or the ones that came before them sometimes, but they're coming to help, and they don't want to have to get in a meat suit. These are really smart children. So they stay on the other side, and they actually grow to the age of 30. And a lot of them spend a lot of time looking after their siblings. A lot of time. Some of them spend time looking after their parents. That does happen quite often, especially dads. So we, okie dokie. Very often, miscarried babies would like to be named, terminated babies as well. They would like to be somewhat personified because they're still members of the family. They're just spirit members of the family. And when you cross over, you get to meet them. And every family member gets to meet them when they cross over. And they do actually talk and grow and do things with you as well when you do these things. I have one myself. I have named her. I sometimes use her. She's actually a character in my book. Not her particularly, but the name I gave her and what I think that she would be if she grew up, if she was able to come here, and because she wasn't. So I do see her as part of that with me as well. So that is not consolation in any way, shape, or form. It's not. I hope it's helpful, but boy, is that annoying, isn't it? What a terrible, terrible way for them to become part of the family when you don't realize that, because going through that kind of loss is, pretty life-changing. But in the same way, same thing, it does help you. Every time we lose someone, we actually remember again how important life is, how important the people are, what is actually important in life. So sometimes that's one of the reasons they come. The other one is because mainly their main thing, they just want to be around you and they don't want to have to jump into a meat suit. I hope that gives you some sort of peace. That's what I can think of. Okie dokie. Pamela, yes, you should have her wedding ring, but you don't. That's probably why she picked up on it. Hello, Marnie. Dad says hi. He says, fill your bucket with wishes and then pour them all over your garden. He says, you know what to do. You are like one of the luckiest human beings I've ever met. And when you set out to do something, to get something, you almost always do it for somebody else, not for you. So go under that, because that's what works best for you. And there's something about you keeping your eyes open having to do with the stuff on your lower back. And keep your ears and eyes open. Pay attention to what we're telling you, which makes perfect sense to me because I know you get talked to all the time in your body. It's way worse for you than it is for me. I hope there's nothing new going on with your hands. They're showing me your hands. So it could actually be that there's something you need to do with your hands. I don't know if you're working from home right now or if you're actually able to go out and about and do things, but I swear to God, I can hear your voice in my head. And now your laughter. Okie dokie. But they want you to start living your life as though you're well. So everything is as it should be, and everything is in the place it needs to be, and everything is fine now. What? But actually, that makes sense to me a little bit, because in my journey with the lumps there, I have stopped personifying them. I've stopped owning them. And in fact, actually, when I get indicators from them, I am looking at it in a different kind of way. I am not, because it's so easy to go, oh, that's pain. And then you actually get into pain, and then you're stuck in that, like it's like a pain canoe in your body. If you go, oh, okay, that's a sensor, what are you trying to say, and move into it as though you can move away. I know that's a lot to say, but honestly, it's something I know you're capable of because you know your body. And are you meditating? I hope I hear yes. Linda, I missed Linda. Linda says I missed her. I hope I did not miss you, Linda. Oh darn it. I have the you missed me. So Linda, if I did miss you, please let me know. Um and we'll figure out. Hello, Shelly. Janine, yes, I see things that are good for you, and so should you. They actually show me, Janine, a rainbow. So if things are poopy right now, hold on tight, hold your breath. Actually, even when they tell you to hold your breath, they tell me it won't be long now because they're not going to tell you hold your breath because you could pass out. So it's a good, but there's something you've got either to do something with your mind, or you're doing something with your mind, you're doing something with your brain. So your action needs to be all part of it too. It's kind of like, if like, okay, with the pain thing I was just talking about, if I don't do the mind thing about the pain, then the pain will take over. And the body will blah, 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 blah. But I have to marry the idea with my mind, and then therefore the pain won't take over. Okie dokie. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go to 5:30. That's what I'm going to try to do. That is 16 more minutes. And because honestly, I've been doing readings all day and then doing this, and you get a little melty, and I want to still be good for you guys. So if I do too much, then I'm not as good as I should be. I hope that makes sense. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Debbie. Oh, this is fun. Oh, hi from Holland. Oh, snazzy do. Oh, hello from Holland. Oh, that's so groovy. Okie dokie. Oh, Josie. Honestly, the absolute first thing I hear is it was. It was human error. And they call it a comedy of errors, which I'm sorry to make use of that word, but a comedy of errors is just boom, 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 everything leading to the one point. Also, too, was I'm hearing dynamic young lady. Like the passing of your niece was like, oh, such an amazing person. Like they are actually showing me the passing of JFK Jr., how that hit America. Like, oh my God, the Great White Hope is gone. That's what they're showing with the passing of your niece. And it might be her. It might be that she's like, look at me, I'm amazing. Um, I actually also hear, hello, my auntie, I love you. And bim, bim, she's doing something in your house. When the dead do something in our homes, it it can be something as simple as something like that, or the tilting of a picture, or just the slight movement of something. It's never like on the movie Ghosts, they don't fly. Well, okay, that's a lie. It can do that every now and again. I've been absolutely amazed at what the dead can do. Absolutely amazed. But looking for the little things and acknowledging the little things will actually help the dead get stronger and stronger and stronger and be able to do more things too for you. When it comes to her actual passing, oh wow. I actually hear from her that there's too much negativity around this subject matter, that it actually even mars the whole thing. It's almost like I have someone very close to me who passed in a car accident. The car accident becomes the thing rather than the passing of the young person. And it's almost like it's replaced the, if she had passed of something else, like, yeah, I guess people need something to get angry at. That's okay. Or some sort of reason, some sort of this took. That's what she's showing. Like, if she had passed of cancer, then the whole family could get behind pink and yellow ribbons and do stuff like that. If but this is different. Um okay. She says, I love you and thanks for looking for me. You actually, I don't know how many people are trying to contact her in the family. That can happen. That people don't know they can, or are afraid to, or it'd be like make their head explode or something like that. So I'm hearing the song Let It Go. And that, it makes perfect sense to me. I've even had murder victims tell me they don't care who killed them. It's a living thing. It's something we want punishment. We want checks and balances and stuff. And the dead know that our punishment here is nothing in comparison. to what happens on the other side. And that is not to say hell, fire, brimstone, whippings, chains, blah, 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 blah. No, 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 no. This has more to do if you're a total jerk. When you go to the other side, you get to feel how you made people feel. You get to feel the result of your jerkiness. That's the punishment. You actually have to see yourself. That's part of the punishment. So, but the punishment does not fit the crime here, she says. She says, I'm okay. Let's leave it at that. Actually, that's what she says. I'm sorry. I hope that's good. Okay. Okay. I hope I can help you too. Okay. I see, Tracy. I actually think it might be a spirit guide. And because if you can't identify the male, but he feels familiar to you, what they're looping me right to is the first spirit guide I ever met, and I met him in my dreams because I asked to, and because in your dreams you suspend your disbelief, and I had a whole situation, scenario, visit thing, everything, and then I woke up going, "What the heck was that? Who is that? That seems so real." Blah, blah, blah. So I asked when I was in the shower after, because the shower is a really, really good conductor for that. And then I got confirmations in my waking time. So they want you to do the same. They want you to believe yourself to be leveling up. That's what I call it, leveling up. Okie dokie. Now, Michelle, I thought that I had seen your messages and you had asked about the young man who had the death, I believe. And I am going to be posting this on my page. So I do believe I did. But I could be wrong. So if I did not, private message me, please. You can do that on the Facebook page as well. Okie dokie. Now, okay, I'm going to try to do two more. And if I didn't get to you, I'm really, really, really sorry. I'm going to try to get to people I haven't been. Okay. Clean up your act. Get your shit together. Stand on your own 2 feet. He makes it look like his little brother's in an alley on the ground, which I don't think it's that severe. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Maybe it actually is in his own brain. But your one brother says to the other brother, "You're the patriarch. Get your shit together." That seems really harsh. I hope it's okay. Thank you. Oh, there's so much gratitude, so much love. Oh my goodness. It is overwhelming, the gratitude and the love and the hugs for both you and Owen, most definitely. And there's a garden, or there's somewhere, maybe she used to sit and look at some flowers or something like that. I don't know if there's one flower that's growing up higher than every other flower. It's March. So maybe she's trying to tell you that there's going to be one flower growing up higher than the other flowers. And she wants you to know about opportunity. There's something here that you don't want to miss. And she's opportunity, 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 opportunity. She actually even says, I want you to say, I am ready for any opportunity that is brought to me today. Because she's giving gifts to both of you. You're both getting a little something, a little bit of help from Rita on the other side. So much love. Oh my God, if I could just convey so much love. Oh my Lord. Oh, that was a fun thing to feel. That was a super fun thing to feel. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Yes, and actually manifest it. Manifest it to be the best possible one. It is written, it's not written in stone. So manifest and see exactly what you want to have happen. And be sure to make sure, please try to be as positive as you can for everyone within the manifestation. So everyone that you're thinking of, please think only positive thoughts for them, even the ones you disgust, hate. I didn't like that word, but that disgusts you. actually see them getting better and doing better for themselves away from you, or good things happening, even if it does not go in their favor. That's actually the best way to manifest the best things for everyone, is because that means you as well. To hope that you're going to do well and somebody else is going to do poorly will not serve you, because you are that somebody else and they are you. We are all one. We are all so connected to each other under the umbrella that is Source. Okie dokie. All right, Jen. Market is very, very scary right now, but okay, only if you think it to be. That's actually what I hear. And I hear, listen to your father. I don't know if you're hearing him very clearly, but what would he do? What did he do? There's something that he's talking to you about it in some sort of way. Also, follow your actual gut. When people follow their gut, they're following their power chakra. They're listening to their solar plexus chakra and what is right and true and real and what, okay. So when I pick cards, like angel cards, crystals, anything like that, I put my hands together, get as much energy, and then I say which ones are for me. And I see which ones make my third eye go, because I have told them do this to me, because I need to know when things are right and on, things like that. I get a little insecure. Tell them to do the same to you. They actually show you doing this, like even putting your hands over mortgages and things. And when it comes to anything that's upcoming, never fret, never worry, because what we worry, we begat. When you say, oh my gosh, I don't want to be late, all the universe hears is, I want to be late, because it doesn't run on negatives. So say all the positive things and see nothing but positive things happening. They actually even want you to visualize they actually want you to visualize the mortgages paid in full. Do that. Why not? Maybe it will get paid in full. Who knows? Anything can happen as long as you believe it able to. Okie dokie. 525. Oh my gosh. Tracy, yes. Kelly, whatever it is you're doing, please keep doing it. I believe you're still with their son. They show you rubbing his feet and rubbing the small of his back and his lower back. These are really, really important places for men. It's actually, that's the provider energy thing, where it's sacral chakra and root chakra. I call that provider energy. That's when people feel their family's weight upon them, because they've put it there usually. But you're doing all the right things, and we love you. That made it sound like they only loved you. Okie dokie. Natalie, you might actually want to start doing yoga and meditation, or something that moves your circulatory system in a different sort of way. Okie dokie. Oh my gosh. I could keep going forever and ever and ever. Okay. Yeah. Also, Natalie, I used to actually teach people a guided meditation where you would take yourself down a flight of stairs or an elevator, and you'd end up at the beach, and then you'd write a problem into the sand at the beach and then watch the waves take it away. I think that might be something you might want to do. There might be a stressor going on right now that you need to actually see go away, like even a thing in your life that you might want to see go away. Just see it going away. Okie dokie. Now it's 5:27, and I have nothing but love for all of you. But I might have to sign off. I cannot thank you guys enough for showing up. That was wonderful. I had absolutely so much fun, and we will do this again. Next time, I will have my cohort with me, I'm sure. My little Erin. Hi, Erin. I don't know if you're still there. And we already have another video that we recorded on Friday where we answer some other questions that you guys wrote in, and I will be editing and putting that video out in the coming week. Thank you so, so very much for all the questions and for allowing me to invade your space for the amount of time that I have. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate the opportunity and I appreciate you trusting me with your questions. I so appreciate that. If you would like to reach me, my website is trinityyogaandspiritualservices.com. Trinity Yoga and Spiritual Services.com. You can find the link on the website, blah, 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 blah. I mean, on my Facebook page. Also, you can message me on my Facebook page, but to book a reading, it's best to go on the Trinity Yoga and Spiritual Services.com. Thank you so very, very much for joining us, us this Sunday, and we shall see you next Sunday. I appreciate you. I am sending you nothing but love and namaste. Thank you.